reason for all the buzz surrounding Kenworth's T880. It'll eventually replace the T800. That truck is now 30 years old but still very popular with truck buyers. So the T880 has to be good. From what we've seen so far, Kenworth's 4-year, $400 million design effort is paying off. Let's dig deeper into what makes the T880 the obvious successor to what has been one of the world's most successful vocational platforms ever.
I'm Jim Park with the Ultimate Test Drive. We're in Marshall, Michigan at Eaton's Proving Grounds, and we're here to check out this great-looking Kenworth T880 vocational model dump truck. This is the long hood version. We've got the MX-13 engine under here. It'll also accommodate the bigger Cummins engine with the 125-inch BBC, so you've got lots of speccing choices right there.
The T880's hood's a good place to start our walk around. It's made of a moldable composite material called Meton. It's lighter than fiberglass and highly resistant to damage, especially in cold temperatures.
This is the 5-piece hood. Some real advantages here, especially in this particular application. The fenders themselves, both sides bolt on and off, and you can switch out a fender in about 2 hours. The sides here, there's a seam here on the side, and the top piece is a separate piece as well. So again, if you have any side damage, you don't necessarily have to replace the entire hood.
The air intake ducting is all built into the hood, and so is this optional air filter. Kenworth calls it a pre-cleaner. It's easy to change and it helps keep the dust and debris out of the more expensive main air filter located under the hood. A great deal of engineering went into the cab of the T880. It's made of stamped aluminum and it's held together with self-penetrating rivets. As a result, it's light and durable and very quiet inside. The doors are stamped aluminum as well, and Kenworth uses a brand new hinge design to help maintain their alignment.
And one last thing about these doors, they're triple sealed. You've got a row of rubber insulation here, you've got some here, and you've got some on the cab as well. That really helps keep those cold, nasty winter winds out, and it helps keep a lot of noise out, so it adds to the quietness of the cab. Let's climb up inside and have a look around in there. Up inside the cab here, we've got a really comfortable work environment. Kenworth designed this cab for the T880 and the T680. It's kind of in that middle range where drivers seem to really like the width of the thing. It's also proportionately laid out so that almost everybody can reach almost all the controls in the truck without reaching or stretching. That's that 95th percentile of worker who's expected to drive this truck. The main control console on the dash here on the A panel is totally visible through the steering wheel hub, so you're not looking around or over top of the steering wheel to see the oil pressure gauge or the air pressure gauge. It's all right there front and center, easy to see. It's a non-glare dash, and at nighttime it's all lit with LEDs, so it's a nice crisp white light. Looks really cool. Combine that with a good quality seat like this is, put an armrest in here. This is even better than a corner office. Here you've got 3 views, corner office has only 2. So you're really doing probably better than the boss of your company.
To sum up the in-cab experience, I found the T880 really quiet with great visibility and a very functional driver display. Let's go back outside and check out the running gear. This truck has a Dana D2000 20,000-pound steer axle. A new steering box gives it an additional 9 degrees of wheel cut compared to previous models. The 46,000-pound tandem drive axles are Meritor RT46 160P. They sit on a Hendrickson HMX 460 suspension. This T880 has Bendix air disc brakes at all steer and drive wheel positions. Our Ohio spec dump also has 3 factory-installed Watson & Challen 8,000-pound steerable pusher axles. They automatically lift whenever the transmission is put into reverse.
And one more thing before we get to the engine compartment, the after-treatment system. Kenworth keeps the whole thing neatly packaged together here on the right-hand side of the truck. We've got our DEF tank here right behind the after-treatment system. And over on this side, under passenger door, we've got the diesel particulate filter as well as the oxidation catalyst, and they're all in the same place.
Kenworth offers 3 DPF and SCR exhaust layouts on the T880 to meet the needs of the many different chassis configurations. A right-hand under DPF and SCR system as we have here on this truck, a horizontal system with both the DPF and the SCR located along the frame rails, and independent DPF and SCR units located vertically behind the cab. With really only one area left on this truck, let's go have a look under the hood.
So, under here we have one very dusty and dirty PACCAR MX-13 engine. It's a 13-liter engine, 485 horsepower, 1,650 pound-feet of torque in this particular configuration. The cooling package on this T880 is a little bit bigger than you'd find on a highway truck. That's because at low speeds with all this power pulling all this load, you don't get to ram air through the radiator, so they had to make the radiator a little bit bigger. That gives you the cooling capacity to manage the extra engine output with these big loads. Over here on the left side of the truck, we've got all the driver daily inspection points. We've got our oil dipstick right here, which is easy enough to reach if you just climb around through here. No problem getting at it there. Got a windshield washer bottle right here, which is an easy view. You can look across the hood to see the coolant tank, which is easy to tell whether you've got enough coolant in there or not. And a general look around here for the wiring and the plumbing and the various bits that can break or wear out. All pretty easy to see without ever even having to climb up on the truck.
Kenworth's T880 is a truck engineered to take on all comers. There's not much this truck can't handle. To see the T880 in action, check out our other 2 videos on this Ultimate Test Drive series. They're on our YouTube channel, Today's Trucking 1. And while you're there, check out the 360-degree panorama version we shot using a special GoPro camera rig. It's like no other test drive video you've ever seen before. At the Eaton Corporation's Truck Proving Grounds in Marshall, Michigan, I'm Jim Park. Drive safe and keep your revs down.